It's a great mustache.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Dana Sheeman and I am here at the Pendance Film Festival downtown Toronto with the wonderful AJ and Karen discussing their short film, Damage Control. How are you guys doing tonight?
So nice.
Excellent.
Yes.
Fantastic. Now, I have a couple questions about you regarding your short film, Damage Control. There's a couple of heavy topics. The first one being the relevancy of the short film in the post-Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement. Can you elaborate on that and the decisions that you made with your character?
Yeah, I guess it's like, I mean, the Me Too movement and like, to say it's the post-Harvey Weinstein is just like, that just means we're going through what he's going through now, but to say we're post and we're through it, it was like, that's implying that there was an end to it. And this is really just kind of like talking about the overall conversations that need to be had from here on out, and just like, just overall. So it's like, it started in the Me Too and it started with Harvey Weinstein, but it's not over, sort of thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I think like part of the interesting aspect of this short film and what it explores is sort of like what, what happens to the people who are peripheral to these titans who have been bowled over by being taken down or being sort of like canceled, as you will, by this kind of a movement. So I think the story really explores like what happens to like the wives and the daughters and the publicists and like the sons and the lawyers of people like Louis C.K. or Harvey Weinstein or Jian Ghomeshi, if we're gonna take a little more like Canadian.
Take it home down, yeah, take it home down for sure.
So I think that's what we were really interested in. So like in our film, we never see the sort of like unspoken character of our like Titan comedian who we've called Harry Braun. We just meet the characters who work for him and are related to him because we were really interested in the idea of the effects of what cancel culture and the Me Too movement have on the people who are like on the outskirts of these people.
Absolutely. I mean, when you think about the Harvey Weinstein case, every camera is pointed towards Harvey Weinstein, but what about his media and what about all the people that surround him and network with him and are still in his inner circle where the camera's there? And that's what your film really focuses on.
Yeah, it's like really like when you start examining, like once you remove, like there's important things we need to be talking about, but really, I was saying this earlier, it's just like, it's almost like people are grieving, like it's like the loss of your husband, it's the loss of this father figure, and once you kind of like get into those, it's like, oh no, it's not just these scandals and these headlines, these are like real issues and real people that are like really getting affected by these sort of things.
Yeah.
And it's,
There was this really interesting New York Times article a couple of weeks ago with Harvey Weinstein's lawyer, Donna rotuno. There was a daily podcast episode about it as well. And this woman's interview, it really like struck a chord for me because her performance was really rehearsed in terms of her defense of Harvey Weinstein and what she had to say with regards to his innocence and that everything had been consensual, la da 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 da, and I could really hear her. I could hear the performance in it. Like it wasn't something that she really believed. I was like, okay, yeah. I was like, I know that this is like these are the words that you have to say, and like. I know you're getting paid like a shit ton of money to say these things.
To do these things, yeah.
And like, but I know deep down that like this is like morally reprehensible. And like some of the things she said, I was just like, damn, girl. I was like, you're gonna say that on like the New York Times, like in the New York Times?
Oh man.
But she was saying it, and I was like, and I think a lot of the stories that are so fascinating to me that are coming out of this, like one of the things that is one of the news stories that has really defined like the last 5 years are these characters who are adjacent to the central figures to like these abuse stories.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Like Gloria, I'm gonna drop her name. Allred. Like, and you're seeing those, and it's like those are so in depth, and there's so much like that. The real life is so crazy that it's just. It's crazy. It's crazy.
So diving into this idea of morally compromising yourself for, say, a figurehead like Harvey Weinstein. Karen, you played the lead role in the short film who had to make a lot of compromises. So how was that in your moral compass playing this character? What was that like for you?
I mean, it's interesting. As an actor, like every role I approach, I think you have to find the humanity in the character and sympathize with their viewpoint. So I think that Anna, the character that I play, who is a publicist for a comedy giant who has just been accused of sexual assault by 6 women, I think that she's operating on like a crisis level wherein she knows that her existence and her livelihood is contingent on her doing her job, which means keeping this man's public identity and stature intact. So, I mean, I sympathize with her because, like, you know, yes, she's like defending somebody who is like morally bankrupt and like trying to like spin a story, you know, in favor of this man who has done some like morally questionable things. So it's like, yeah, like she's kind of doing some bad shit, but like also like I get it because like she needs a job, and I think that the journey that the character goes through in these like in like literally real time 10 minutes is being like, oh shit, maybe I actually can't defend this man because it actually is quite egregious to my own personal moral code. And I think that that's something that like probably a lot of people had to go through who were in the employment of these people. Because I mean, you know, sure, a lot of the people who worked for Louis C.K. were like, shit, I guess I'm out of a job now. Because it's like, I don't want to be like Louis C.K.'s manager anymore. Like, how's that going to look for me?
And also, like, they were good at their job. Like, probably a lot of people were really good at their job. And it's just like, and now they're kind of like, you fucked them, man. It's like, now they have to defend you. Like, that sucks. And that's like, you just, I don't know. So those are just, again, things we just need to talk about.
Very topical short film that you two have co-written together. So you starred and co-wrote in it, and you're the also co-writer as well.
I directed, I shot it.
And directed and shot the film. Can you explain and describe the process of co-writing a short film together?
Well, we definitely...
It was sick. It was a blast.
I think we smoked a joint.
Go down.
Drank some coffee. And then like kind of like talked in your living room for like hours and hours and hours until we like broke it down.
Once we made the call, I think that like we were like, oh, let's just not see the guy. Like, like fuck that guy. We don't need any more of that. So like I said, it was really able to kind of just be like, oh, well, now let's just talk about who would we want to see and who would we want to see get affected by this. So it was really kind of just like riffing and spitballing on ideas like, okay, well, who do we gotta see? Who could we see? Who would like? And then from there, we're able to just like kind of mine out the ones that were like, this is the best for the story we want to build.
Yeah.
So just lots of caffeine and lots of medicinal influences.
As long as hopefully it's a write-off soon at for my taxes.
Yeah, 100%. So here at the Pendance Film Festival, this is your first time here? And can you describe your experience so far at the film festival and maybe some of the highlights that you've experienced?
It's been great. It's been lovely, especially, you know, down here at TIFF and stuff like that. It's been a really pleasant, wonderful experience. Everybody's communicating so well, and it's been a lovely experience so far, Yeah,
the organizers are amazing. Like the programming is like really spectacular. We're paired with a feature tonight called Straight Up that I'm really excited to see.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that was my follow-up question, what you're excited to see. So you're excited to see follow-up. Are there any other ones that you want to shout out to?
Alexei played earlier, and I met the director earlier, and I didn't have a chance to see it, but she seems very cool. And then Sunset Channel is a homie of ours that we saw yesterday that was really cool.
Yeah, it's a very fun premise. It'll kind of be the lighthearted to counteract the intensity of your short film.
Oh, yang, little yang,
Exactly. And well, that's kind of what Pendance is all about, is creating the overall balance of all short films and feature films.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much. I look forward to seeing your film, and congratulations.
Thank you, Dana.
Thank you very much, Karen. Thank you, AJ.